Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I got another white paper review here for you. It is Underworld Racing. This actually has a neat story behind it as far as the lore with the game. Essentially, this is year 3000. The world has just been demolished by radiation and all sorts of bad things. So deep down underground, there are these basically these rats that have been tested on in labs and have over the years mutated into different types of rats, or basically three different clans. And they are competing against each other to really control the city, mostly through racing. There could be other things down the road I could see, but it's just neat. You essentially are going to pick one of those clans, and you're going to go ahead and uh, race for that clan to try and make it the best clan and the most dominant clan in the city, or the underworld, as they're calling it. Essentially, like I said, there's three clans. You have the mutants, you have the cyborgs, and you have the Borgios. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, so I do apologize. I will just call them the rich ones. Basically, the storyline behind it, and we'll go into more detail in the white paper, is these guys are the rich ones. They took control of all of the resources that were in the city and in the game, and eventually the mutants rebelled against them, and because they're so powerful, they were able to take a chunk of the city in order to combat the mutants and how powerful they were. They went through and they used one of the materials to experiment on and create these cyborgs that were able to battle against them. So now you have these three clans that have basically equal power, and they're trying to compete for the in-game tokens, which are these three, which we'll talk about a little bit more in the white paper. Just want to skim through this. Basically, each token is resembling the different types of or the three different clans. You have the rich ones here, you have the cyborgs, and you have the mutants. Um, Also, with the different tokens, you have the different motorcycles that they're using to race. Different styles. I really like the look of the mutant motorcycle that's there. I think that looks pretty cool. Overall roadmap, they are very early in the demo stage right now. They are going to be having a big sale. I think it's their main sale here on July 4th, which we'll talk about at the end of this. And additional, they're doing some beta testing that's going forth, and they're going to do like the actual launch itself coming up here in Q3, and then add additional features going forward from there. So let's go ahead and jump over to the white paper itself. But actually, before I jump over to that, let me go ahead and do my normal disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own research before you jump into any games. Make sure it's right for your situation, and make sure it's just something you like. Don't just jump into something because you think there's some crazy ROI for it. Make sure it's a game that you like for long term. All right, let's talk about it. If you go over it in the white paper, it does give you the overview. Basically, the history that I was talking about. The only thing I didn't mention was the three different types of minerals that are there. You have the neonite. Uh, that is basically the purest one. That really kind of connects with the Rich Clan. You have the X-Brite, and that is for the cyborgs. That's basically an experimental type of energy. And then you have the Omni-Knight, and that's really found on the outside of the Earth, basically where all the radiation is, and that's why the mutants. It's because it's highly toxic, and that's what they earn. It goes through each of the clans. I went through the stories briefly. You got the rich ones, you got the mutants that came from all the high toxicity, and then you have the cyborgs that which were essentially experimented and created to combat against the mutant clans. All right, let's continue to go forward through this. As far as the game flow goes, it's straightforward, at least in the early phase. Down the road, there's probably going to be a whole lot of different phases for it and different things that they're going to add to the game. But at least from the initial stage, you basically get your assets, you get your motorcycle, and different things that you can make your motorcycle faster and better. You race, and you get these minerals as rewards. Each clan gets their specific mineral. And then you can trade the combination of those minerals for energy token. So technically, and there are 4 different tokens for the game. The 3 mineral ones that we talked about, and then there's the fourth one, which is the energy one, which was this one right here. The only one that is actually tradable on the Alcor market is going to be this energy token. So keep that in mind. So you're going to have to go through the process of converting to that if you want to go ahead and trade it outside of the game. There are a number of different strategies you could go into this, just like with anything else. You could focus on the farming, the racing style, basically running as many races as possible to earn those tokens. You could be a trader, basically a middleman, or you can be someone that decides to hoard it and over time. Obviously, the most fun one is the racer, but some people might like the trading too. The city is basically broken into a whole bunch of different sections. You have different maps that you're initially allowed to start with one freebie, and then you earn, or you basically unlock the other maps, which gives you different types of benefits. In addition to that, there is the workshops. The workshops allow you to modify and repair your motorcycles, and then the fueling stations, which allows you to basically fuel up and have more energy for your motorcycles, and so they can race more often. The racing also has 3 different types of races, but before we jump to that, number of racers that you actually get, you start off with the one free motorcycle, and then players can have up to 2. The second one is unlocked with a key, which is really only available in the secondary market right now. But it says you can craft them with energy. I'm not sure the price tag off the top of my head. So there's 2 ways to get that key that I had just mentioned. I'm assuming they're going to unlock more options for race cars down the road. I'm sorry, not race cars, motorcycles down the road, which would just make sense. There's also multiple types of racing itself. You have the amateur racer, which is 100% success rate. It takes an hour, regardless of the rarities of your motorcycle. And the rewards are obviously not as good. You have freestyle, which you get better rewards. It's also more competition. There is a chance that you could lose your motorcycle. They say it's unlikely, so I'm not sure what that percentage is. Then you have the illegal one, which obviously has the best rewards, but is more risky, and there's a good chance that you could either damage or lose your motorcycle in those races. Um, so so keep that in mind. Each motorcycle has a number of different stats. Also, you have the fuel, you have the durability, the timer, items that you add to it, and the resources that it consumes. Let's go ahead and jump exchange. This you don't see as much in games right now, but it makes sense the way the tokenomics is structured. A lot of times you need to take your token outside a game in order to exchange it for the different type of token in game. A good example of that is one that we're all familiar with, the Farmer's World. Basically, you earn the wood. If you didn't have anything that could create food or the gold, you need to take it to the outdoor market, trade it, and that's how you get the other resources. Because these 3 tokens, the first 3 are in game only, they allow you to have the exchange, but there is an exchange rate. And this is an example. I'm not sure if this is what's going to actually be in the live game. Just an example, but it allows you to exchange because you're going to need those tokens in order to really exchange for energy. So that has that option there. You can exchange the different ones for the energy, and the energy is the one that you can take outside of game and change on the Alcor exchange on the Alcor market. Sorry. So that's the way that goes. A lot of it's internal, so you don't have to worry about pulling it in and out, which is I, an interesting concept. I wish more games would have that because I haven't really had a chance to test it as much. It's hard for me to say whether I like it overall or not. Nice thing about that is it's just a whole lot easier. It's less steps that you have to go through. You don't have to exchange it for wax and then exchange it for that, or go through a swap. All right. In addition for that, they also have what they're calling the lab, which is essentially crafting. You can take your resources that you earn in game or exchange in game, and you can go ahead and craft different motorcycles and different items down the road with that also. Last, and this is the bank itself. Um, it, Basically, this is where you can stake and earn through that. The one thing I skipped over briefly was when you're really starting out the game, the one thing that you have to remember is Uh, Make sure you have to pick your clan from the get-go. As soon as you log in the first time, it's going to ask you to select a clan. Very similar to Goldman, very similar to some other games where you need to choose initially. You can change your clan down the road if you want. It's going to cost you some resources in order to do that. So it's good to know what clan that you're in before you actually log into the game for the first time. So whether you get it through the sale that's coming up here or you get it on the secondary market, that'll tell you really what clan that you're in. So make sure that you make the trades ahead of time if that's the case. As I mentioned, these are the tokens that are in game. They're all connected with each of the different clans. For example, the mutants are going to collect the Omnites, Omnites, um, so and so forth. So when you do that selection initially for the clan, that's really the token that you're going to earn in game. So be aware of that before you go in there. And as I mentioned, the only one that you can be exchanged on the Alcor market is the energy token itself. I'm not going to go through a lot of this really. Actually, yeah, we'll jump through this. Motorcycles, it gives you the idea of the different artwork. Also gives you the different benefits as you're going through each of the rarity levels. They have the 5 rarities. It's pretty interesting that they skip uncommon. Usually you have the common through legendary, including the uncommon, but they went common, rare, epic, legendary, and mythic. And this just gives you the benefit for each of those. In addition, the maintenance is going to be dependent on the style. And the reason that the higher rarities are going to be more expensive, they're also going to give you more rewards as you're doing the different racing. This just gives you some sample bikes. It looks pretty cool. Again, I'm a fan of the mutant style for this game. Just looks more interesting to me, to be honest with you. There are also tools that you can go ahead and use to boost up your different motorcycles, and the tools are also specific to clans. So keep that in mind as you're buying those. We have whitelists, like with any other game. You can buy those on the secondary market. They give you both first rights to the purchase, and they also give you discounts. And we'll see that more here in a second. Keys really unlock um, the extra slots. So again, the keys are clan specific, so keep that in mind when you're buying. And there's promo assets, which we won't really go into that much. Economy, just skimming through here, basically shows you the different structure. Basically, you buy your race cars, you run your race cars, earn the different tokens. The tokens are used to convert into energy, can be exchanged, or can be used to go through the different features. And again, the cycle continues, or you can buy resources with the energy tokens, and then again, push through it that way. Pretty straightforward. It's a similar process to most games. Just skimming through the rest of these. I want to make sure I get the right information for you. You can go through these details if you want. It's getting a little into the weeds that I want to keep this as a high level. Also want to give me time to quickly go over the upcoming sale, which, as I mentioned, is July 4th. It is at 1600 UTC. They are going to have the two different sales. Basically the whitelist sale, which is right here. And you can get that license that I showed you briefly in the white papers on the secondary market. Just double checking, they don't have when they're going to do the snapshot. So keep an eye on the Discord if you're interested in that, just to make sure you don't buy that license and they've already done the snapshot. So keep an eye out for that. I'm just scrolling around quick to see if I can see when they're going to do that. Usually it's closer to the sale itself. But let's go through the whitelist. There are two different chests. Um, the whitelist get the discount. They have the regular chests, and then they have the premium chests, obviously giving you better rewards, higher rarities for the premium chests. The cost is 199 wax for one regular chest, and then you have 299 wax for the premium chest, and that is the whitelist discount rate. Everybody else is going to have, there's a much smaller number available. In addition, you have the higher cost. The regular chest, instead of 199, is 299 for the public, and then the premium chest instead of $2.99 is $3.99 for the public. So go ahead and check that out. All the details are in the white paper. This will go on sale. I'm assuming Nifty. It doesn't say it here. Sorry. But again, July 4th at 1600 UTC. If you're interested in this game, the nice thing I like about this is they're limiting the packs. They're not selling thousands of packs for these motorcycles. They are only selling, it looks like, 240 regular chests for each clan, and then it looks like 200 premium chests for each clan. So keep that in mind. So once a clan sells out, then you basically have to either jump to another clan or buy it off the secondary market. What are my overall thoughts of this? I think like I said when I started the video out, I like the backstory of this. I think it's interesting. It's just a different way of saying the clans. One of the things I liked with Krypton was you did have those competing clans and the competing factions, which this game also brings. I wish the racing itself was more skill based and not just a click based. Not sure if down the road they plan on doing a skill based. I'm assuming they will. I think that would add a lot to it. We're seeing that starting to come out with like Taco Racer, and the ability to do those 3D style skill-based games. I think is going to be critical for the future in Wax. So if they do have a plan to implement that and they start to implement that, I think that is going to be make this one of the better games because it has the storyline combined with it. So a lot still to come with this. It's still early in the process. Like I said, they are still in the really the development stage. They have the demo here. I don't have any of the NFTs, so I can't really do much with it right now. But they have that available, so you can go ahead and start testing once the motorcycle, the main sale, comes out here on July 4th, and then the game launch itself is going to be Q3. All right, take that as you will. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. We'll try and do more of these, and I hope you all. Oh wait, let's go ahead and throw that out there. I will be having a giveaway in the Discord here in the very near future. So you can go ahead and check that out. That'll be a giveaway for Wax, not necessarily NFTs, but an actual Wax giveaway. So check that out. That'll be launching. We'll probably launch it here in a few days. So go over the Discord. There'll be the link in the description down below, not just for my Discord, but also for the Underworld Racing Game and their Discord. So you can check out their Discord, see if the community is the right fit for you also. All right. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.